I was born, and I'm here. No. Okay, so I was born in Indiana, small town in the United States, 500 people. I grew up, amongst the cornfields. Always kind of dreamt that I could have my own show or something. I never really thought what it would be. I just always thought, I'm going to be in entertainment at some point. And then I completely forgot that. I started going to school. I went to university for political science and criminal justice. I was pre-law. I decided, you know what? I don't want to go pre-law, and it's going to be really expensive. So I don't know. Let me go try radio. People always said, hey, you should be on the radio. So I thought, all right, well, let me give that a try. So I tried out for a radio station. Somehow they let me in. I don't know why they put me on the radio, but I got weekends, overnights, doing midnight to 5, talking to the trash men and the mail carriers and the people getting out of the bars. I worked my way up at that little radio station in Indiana. I worked there for 4 years, ended up getting full-time overnights, and then I did evenings for a while, and then I decided, hey, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to move to Los Angeles. I moved to LA without a job, without any money, very, very little money. And somehow I ended up getting a job behind the scenes in Clear Channel in Los Angeles, which at the time, it's known as iHeartMedia now, but it was Clear Channel at the time. It was the biggest radio company. I got a job behind the scenes, not on the radio. I worked my way up. Within a year, I got an audition to be on this radio station, and I couldn't believe it. I got a job on the radio in LA. It was like, I got weekends, and then weekends fill. So if somebody went on vacation, I got that. It's like, I can't believe I'm on the radio in LA. A year after that, somehow I got the afternoon drive in Los Angeles. It was one of the biggest jobs you can get in radio in the U.S. I got that, and I had to pinch myself. I couldn't believe that happened to me. I couldn't believe my fortune and my good luck. And then about a year after that, they decided to change the format of the radio station, which happens in radio. Sometimes it happens. It's like when shows get canceled. Not long after that, just a couple months after that, Virgin Radio International said, hey, would you be interested in starting a radio station with us in Dubai? I'm like, Dubai? I mean, I knew the Virgin Alera, that's all I knew. That was in 2007. Beginning of 2008, February 28th, I was on a plane to Dubai. I didn't even have a passport before I got that plane. I was like, my first use of my passport, kuchunk. 11 years later, I'm in Dubai. I'm loving life. Virgin Radio cannot be bigger and better, and I love what I do. My bromance. Oh, you know what? My first day at work in 2008, like the 1st or 2nd of March 2008, I'm sitting in, at the time it was next to Maktoum Bridge. It's called Dubai TV, the oldest, crustiest studios you'll ever see. I'm sitting out in the lobby, and a guy comes out and says, hey, what's your name? And I say, Brent. And he said, hey, I'm Chris. I said, yeah, I'm here for Virgin Radio. He's like, great, let me take you into the studio. He takes me into the bathrooms and said, here it is. And really, that was the joke. But once they took me into the actual studio, I wanted to go back to the bathroom. That's how bad the studio was. It was crusty. But, that was the beginning of Chris and I, and we've been brothers ever since. I love him. It's the best. What, did I help you?
You did.
How did I help you? Come on, give me a little hint. Like, was it a relationship thing? A relationship thing. I helped her with a relationship. I love that. It makes it all worthwhile. If I, and not just helping somebody with a relationship problem or a work problem or a life problem, whatever, just making somebody laugh a little bit. If I touch you in some way emotionally, even if I kind of frustrate you or upset you, that's actually kind of cool because I had an impact on you. I don't want to do the negative things. I always want to brighten your day or whatever. But if I have some sort of emotional impact on you, that's the best because it shows that what I do matters. And I want to be that. I really do want to be that positive moment in your day. If you had a crappy day, I want to be able to bring you up.
What are you doing now, basically? What are you trying to do?
At this moment, or like with my career?
At this moment. Like, what are you doing there?
I am doing, I was confused. Somebody has this on a different day. So what I'm doing right now, I'm getting, and I'll show you, I'm getting my show ready here. You can see all of these buttons. I don't know what half of them do. But I'm actually going down to the 3 o'clock hour where my show starts, and I'm going to start getting all the songs and commercials and everything sounding the way I want them to, because you want it to sound nice and tight. You want everything to go boom, boom, boom when it comes to on the air. And I'll let you hear what's segging. This is segging. So here's a song. If I can get the audio up here. And there we go. So yeah, this is kind of slow, and it's like, so what I'll do is I will take this, and I'll make it sound really tight and contemporary hit style radio. So it should sound like this.
Virgin Radio.
So we make it nice and tight and sound pretty. That's what I'm doing basically right at this very moment. Okay. First job outside university. Well, my first job, I had a job during high school. Do you want to know about that?
Sure.
I worked at Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
I know, right? Dairy Queen. I scooped ice cream. Actually, I was the fry and hamburger guy because we made that. I worked at a Dairy Queen that did the other food besides the ice cream. We did hamburgers, French fries, all that stuff. Fish fillet. Anyway, that was my first real job. And then in university, I worked jobs because I paid for my own school, so I had to work jobs. My first job in university, I collected the recyclable paper in the computer labs. So that white paper that you don't use, you recycle. So I was the guy that would go around to the computer labs and collect all the stuff that people were recycling. And then I would take it into this huge machine, this huge baler. It would make these huge bales of white paper, and then you'd ship it off. And I think they got at the time like $80, you know. So that was how they made money. They recycled white paper. It was a university job. It was actually the university. So many. I really loved university. The friends that I made, I still have today. I just went back to Indiana, and the university. A couple of months ago. Same time I went to New York. I went back to the U.S. a few months ago, and I met my radio idol, Elvis Duran, and his show, Elvis Duran in the Morning, in New York City. Incredible. Go look at them on YouTube or download iHeartRadio illegally if you have to. iHeartRadio, Elvis Duran in the Morning. Such an amazing show. Anyway, I got a chance to meet them. High school, I really don't talk to too many people from high school, but university, man, that had a huge impact on my life. I had heard of Dubai. I saw this, and you can find it on YouTube. I found this 60-minute interview with Sheikh Mohammed. I found this, it's called 60 Minutes. It's a news program.
Oh.
And go watch it. It's actually fascinating to go back. I think it was around 2006, 2007 that it came out. And so I had seen that. I thought, wow, Dubai looks like a really interesting place. And I knew what the Burj Al Arab was. I knew that they were building the Burj Khalifa. That's as far as my Dubai knowledge went. That was pretty much it. So yeah, it was a big gamble for me. What I thought was a big gamble. And it was, you know, it turned out really, really well, obviously, that I came.
In 10 seconds, tell me 5 things you love about living in Dubai.
10 seconds? I love the food. I love the people. I love doing radio for people in Dubai. I love the wildlife here. The zoos are my favorite. And I love the shawarmas. Did I get 5?
No.
How many is that? You said 10 seconds with 5.
Now you owe me cookies. I didn't tell you cookies.
For some reason I have to give her cookies now. I make great cookies, though. I don't know if you've ever seen my cookies, but go to YouTube. I have a cooking show with my bird Lloyd, and she and I cook delicious things. Go look at it. Oh my God, I stepped out. Oddly enough, it was February 28th that I stepped off that plane at Dubai International Airport, February 28th, 2008, and it was so hot. I thought, what? This is February? It's hot? Now, I would love to go back right now and feel that temperature. And probably I'd say, that wasn't hot. You have no idea what hot is. But man, when I got off that plane, I thought, oh, it's so hot for February. And then I've got all these guys around the taxi line saying, taxi, taxi, taxi. It's like, you don't look like a taxi driver. Same thing happens now. Some things don't change. The most what?
Moody.
Moody. Oh, who's the most moody? Chris Fade. Chris Fade is so moody, but then again, he has so much he has to deal with. He's a family man, a businessman, a radio man, but he does go through mood swings. So next time you see Chris, make sure you give him a hug. He needs it.
Who's the food stealer?
I don't know, but I'd like to know because somebody just walked off with some food of mine from the refrigerator in the office. If I find you, you're going to wish I hadn't.
Who is the sleepyhead?
Me. No, Maz. Maz is the sleepyhead. Sometimes I get criticized for being late. Maz.
The charger stealer.
The charger stealer. Who's the charger stealer? Like Big Rossi.
The chatterbox.
Who is the chatterbox? Maybe Sheena? Sheena might be the chatterbox. I love to chat with her, though. Maybe it's me. It could be me.
The organizer.
Pretty Malik.
The deadline freak.
Deadline freak. Maybe James? James is big into deadlines. He's very responsible.
And lastly, the person I can count on.
Who can you count on? I can count on everybody. I really feel like if I need something, I feel like there's not one of them that I couldn't call, and they would be right there.
Any last words for the...
Last words? We made it! Oh my god. I don't know, what do you guys study?
Film.
Why are you talking to a radio guy if you study film?
Because it was my dream to meet someone like...
Oh, well, I hope this has been worth your while. I hope your dreams have all been realized. Can I say, you work in film. I've done about that much when it comes to film and acting. My most valuable classes that I took in university were theater classes. I definitely wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now without my theater work, because it was so important for my personality to figure out how to get my personality out of my mouth. And it's just so good. I wish I could still take theater classes. I probably could, but I really cannot stress enough how even if you're studying economics or accounting, take a theater class. It'll do so many things for your everyday life.
And since we have the courses for audio, any last word for those audio students?
How you like that? How you like my overmodulation? No, I don't know. Audio, like what do you guys do in audio?
They are actually the potential radio broadcasters.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do radio.
The future DJs.
Nothing but heartbreak. Okay, can I tell you, I've been very lucky in my career. I've gotten to work with some amazing people, and I continue to do so today. I'm 18 years in this business as of October. 18 years ago, I never would have guessed I'd be doing this still. I figured I'd give it a couple years, see what happens. And so when I say that I am lucky, I just can't stress it enough. And in saying that also, it's a difficult business. People, though, are fortunately listening to more audio than ever. In many ways, it's podcasts. But also radio continues, while even TV is starting to decline, cable television and things like that in the U.S. is declining, radio continues its solid trek. People listen to radio. And why? It's because radio has the opportunity to be more local than anybody else. We are local. We are Dubai. Is anybody else like? Can you tune into a radio station or a TV station anywhere in the UAE and feel like, wow, this is a really local station? No. But you can turn on a radio and feel like, wow, these people are me. These people are people that I live next to and go to the store with and drive on the roads with. And I think that's something that radio will always have, at least in the very near future, will always have going for it over other forms of media. I don't listen to haters. I only listen to the positive, and I recommend everybody do that. If somebody's being negative, they are just going through their own problems. They are not just evil, because you won't always think, oh, some people are bad and some people are good. We've all had our good and bad days, our ups and downs. So I like to think, those people are just going through their own thing and they're taking it out on me. Whatever. I don't really have many haters. Talk to Chris Fade about haters. That poor guy. But he's got critics. The more you put yourself out there, the more people are willing to say bad things about you. But also, you got to look at what your critics are doing. Are they hiding behind a keyboard or behind a phone? They're not going to come to your face and say those things. They might think them. But when people actually put that stuff out on the internet, don't even listen to it. Doesn't matter. And ultimately, they're going to look back. If they have the opportunity, they're going to look back and think, boy, that was dumb. Why did I do that? So why should I take it seriously? That's a good question. There's a lot of cool places here that I enjoy.
Barasti.
No, I'm not I mean, Verasti's very nice. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I'm not a big club guy. I don't go out a lot. Sometimes I'll go out here and there. What is my? I think maybe. Man, I really love animals. So maybe I'd go to not necessarily maybe Alane Zoo. I'd like to hit one more time before I leave because it's beautiful out there. Alane Zoo is really amazing if you haven't checked it out. I love the penguins in Mall of the Emirates. Playing with the penguins in Mall of the Emirates, Ski Dubai, is pretty damn cool. It's probably something about animals, you know? So that's probably one of the last things I'd want to do. Just one more time. But you know what? You never can get Dubai out of your soul. You're going to be back. If you leave, you're going to be back. Trust me.
Have your family visited Dubai already?
Never, and I'm trying to get my mom to come. I want my mom to come, but she's never, I mean, she doesn't have her passport. Americans are so like that. We don't have a lot of times we don't get our passports because, one, we can't afford international travel. International travel is very expensive from the States, right? Most people can't afford it, or a lot of people can't. And my parents definitely can't afford that. I'm willing to pay for it. But she also doesn't have her passport. I think she's not mentally prepared for that kind of a trip. Because you hear like 17, 18 hours traveling or more, because they live in Indiana. It's intimidating for her. So one day I'll get her here.
Okay then, well,
we successfully started my show, and I've still got 25 minutes left to show prep.
Woo!
Yes! Good job, Marie.
Welcome, and so let's just end out with...
What are we going to do? How are we going to end it out?
Bye!